Well, hello there. I am very, very pleased that you've decided to join me. This video is dedicated to helping you feel more confident after this very difficult year. I don't think we should dwell on that too much, but this year has taken a toll on a lot of people's mental health, and as I have a lot of male viewers, I thought it would be nice to do a dedicated confidence boosting session. So we're going to be having lots of lovely repeated positive affirmations, having a little bit of a talk, and just hopefully getting you feeling more confident and happy and back to your normal, regular, happy self. Now, speaking of feeling more confident, one thing that I would love to gift to you almost is the gift of feeling confident in your own skin. Now, one of my best guy friends actually received some Tiege Hanley for Christmas, and he is already feeling so much better just getting up and using it every day, and it's just a really wonderful way to start your day by really taking care of you. And I think that's something that, especially this year, perhaps some of us have slacked a little bit and we've got comfy at home and maybe we've struggled to really make the effort. But when we make the effort for ourselves, and not for anybody else really, just for us, we gradually begin to build that self-confidence and self-love again. Now, you'll have heard me talk about Tiege Hanley before, but if you've never heard of them, then they are an amazing skincare system. It gets delivered to you in a box like this, and for just $25, which is incredible, you get all of this. You get yourself a daily face wash, an AM and a PM moisturiser, a bi-weekly exfoliating scrub, an eye cream, and a super serum for the rest of your face. Plus, one of the things that I think makes this especially good is you get this Handsome 101 guide, which tells you all about how to use it. And if you're a beginner, then I'd recommend selecting level 1, and you'll get everything you need to get you started within your skincare system. So, if you'd like to start boosting your confidence every day, then you can head to my special link in the description below, which will get you an even better offer. Plus, you'll get yourself a free little handy toiletry bag to keep everything in. Okay, so now we've dealt with your skincare confidence, let's deal with that confidence within. So I want you to find somewhere nice and relaxing and calm. You know, I ask you to do this in many videos, and I know for some this may be a little bit tricky, especially if you live with multiple people. But try and find somewhere that you can just sit and relax. Perhaps you're listening to this in bed, which is even better. You can rest your head on your cozy pillow and begin to relax even more. I'll give you a moment to just find a comfortable place. Okay, comfy? Good, I'm going to assume you are. Now, when we talk about confidence, I think, especially within men, it can be hard for, perhaps you to get compliments of your male friends and, vice versa. You can feel a little bit more uncomfortable. And I think that's sort of installed within men, that they can't maybe compliment other men as much and boost their morale. And I think particularly this year, it is so important to tell those around you how amazing they are and how much they mean to you. So I'm going to tell you how much you mean to me, because I think it's a brilliant way to just start to build that inner confidence and realise that you are important and you are needed and you are loved. So, you are very, very important. You are needed. You are wanted. You are a very special man. You are loved. You have such inner strength and a love and a kindness to give like no other. You are so important and loved and wanted. Sometimes you can forget about how needed you are, but you are needed. You can almost forget that you are a strong, confident man, and you have so much to offer. It's completely normal to lack self-confidence. Self-confidence is not something that's just, something a man feels. It's anyone of any gender feels. And it's so important to recognize that the way you're feeling right now is the way so many people are feeling, particularly after this year. And again, I won't try to dwell on the events of this year, but I think it's made us evaluate ourselves a lot more. We've had a lot more time to spend in our heads, and that's been good for some and bad for others. As humans, even if you are a recluse and don't really like people, that's fine. But we are social beings, and whether it's an interaction with a stranger in the street, a smile across the street, or whether it's your friends and family and loved ones, not having as much of that social interaction can really begin to affect your confidence, because we often rely on the sort of boost of love and kindness from others to make ourselves feel, as I said, wanted and needed. So what we have to do is to learn to realize that we don't always need to get that from other people, but we can produce that feeling ourselves. A great way to boost your confidence is to talk about gratitude. And I want to practice this with you now. So gratitude is when you think about the things in your life that you're really thankful for, grateful for. But when it comes to self-confidence, it's great to just narrow that down a little bit more and think about perhaps the more physical attributes of yourself that you really like, because that is part of our confidence. but also what's going on inside. Now, this may be a little bit tough for those who are really suffering right now with a lack of self-confidence, but try to think of 5 physical things and 5 sort of things within that you are thankful for. So I'm going to do this with you right now. I'm going to give you some things, okay, to get you started. Okay. You have amazing hair. It's so good. It suits you so well. The colour is perfect, whether that is natural or it's dyed. It looks great. Now, I don't know if that's a lockdown haircut, but it is looking amazing. Really, really good. I think it really suits your face shape. It's very complementary to your whole look. You look really, really great. So I am thankful for that amazing haircut. Alright, let's try something within. I am thankful that you are such a kind person. You are so kind. You take the time to think about others, and that's something that a lot of people actually lack. So you really think about other people and you act in a very kind way. And kindness is something that so many people actually don't have. There's a lot of unkind people in this world. But you have that kindness within you. And that is something to be so thankful for. Because when you don't have kindness, you can't appreciate many things in life. You can't have empathy and all things like that, or do nice things for people and appreciate things. So you should be so, so grateful that you've got such kindness within. Okay, I want you to think of another physical thing, and then I'm going to give you what I think. Okay. Thought of something. Yeah. Good. What about something else within that you're thankful that you have within your personality? What are you thankful for? That is a great one. I agree. I do. I agree. Okay, let's think of another one. You have amazing eyes. Now, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I always notice somebody's eyes, and I know that might sound a little bit obvious, but it's something I'm drawn to. I think it can really let you know a little bit more, sort of even without talking to somebody, how a person is as a person. And again, that may sound quite odd, but most of the things I say are quite odd. But even if I haven't met somebody, I can tell whether they have kind eyes or not. So you have incredible eyes, and the colour of them, dreamy, very, very dreamy. I could, and I better not look at you too much, but I could get lost in them for hours. They're good. Okay, let's think of something within. You have such a great sense of humour. Now, humour is something that is so important, and again, it's actually something that a lot of people lack, and especially during times like we're in, humour is something that can be really used to just get us through. So you should be thankful that you're able to understand humour and use it to just make every day a little bit better. you're able to find the funny side of things that maybe others don't. And all in the way to just make life that little bit better. Humour is such a wonderful way to connect with others. Say if you're meeting someone for the first time, humour is a wonderful icebreaker. And if you're ever lacking self-confidence and you're a little bit nervous and anxious, using humour breaks the tension. As soon as that person laughs, you just can drop your shoulders, you feel a bit more relaxed, they're on your wavelength. And also, it's such a wonderful way to relax, watching something on TV or a film that's funny, something that makes us laugh, because laughing is something we should be so grateful for. So you should be very, very grateful for that. Okay, your turn. Give you a moment. We want something physical, something not physical. I'll give you a second. What are you thinking? Oh, yes. I love that about you. Absolutely. And what about something within? Oh. I was going to say that. I'll have to think of something else now. But perfect. Okay, number 5. Let's go for the last one. So, this may come as no surprise, but you have an award-winning smile. The best smile. No, I can hear you saying that, hey, it's not a perfect smile. Nothing in life is perfect, okay? But when you smile, you light up the room. And you sort of do this thing with your eyes when you smile, and they sort of look all glowy and bright and beautiful. You really do have the best smile. No, you do. You just honestly, you brighten up any space. And a smile is something to be so grateful for, because you can make others feel so calm and relaxed with a smile. Just a warm, friendly smile, whether it's closed or open. It really can just make people feel at ease with you, like you're an open book and you're saying, hey, feel relaxed with me. So having a warm and welcoming smile is a wonderful thing to be grateful for. Now, as you took my last one, I was going to say I have to think of something new, but I've thought of something. So, lastly, you have such a wonderful way to make people feel comfortable. Now, whether it's sort of in your stance or the things you're saying, you make people feel so relaxed, just like with your smile, with those kind eyes. But you really do have that warm and welcoming manner. So many people these days can be a little bit standoffish. Now, I'm a hugger. I like to make people feel relaxed and welcome, and I always like to treat people how I would like to be treated. And I like to be treated with respect, but I also like people to feel very comfortable around me. So they can give me a hug, they can be a little bit touchy-feely, just be relaxed. And combined with your sense of humour, you are just the best person to be around. And I know that sometimes we can forget all those things. But just in this moment, we've been able to think of 5 physical things and 5 things within that you are grateful for. And I'd love you to recite those every single morning you wake up. And if you're going to be an even better student, every night before you go to bed. Because these are things that we can just forget. And whether that's because we're focusing on worldly events or other people, perhaps a busy household or a hectic job, we forget to give ourselves that feeling like we deserve love. And with that, we can build that confidence. We can realise that we are worth it. You are worth it. You should get up every morning, whether you've got somewhere to go or not, and you should feel proud of who you are. We get so many negative feelings and thoughts, especially by being on some social media, and we let it sort of gradually nip away in our minds, and we need to realise that none of that stuff, none of it matters. But you know what matters? You, and how you feel. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many people are around you. You need to feel okay with you. And with those good, happy, positive vibes that you're creating, you're going to create this energy that people want to be around. And with self-confidence comes so many more things. And I think through social media we're sprouting more and more introverts. And I would say I sit somewhere in the middle, probably more towards the introvert scale. I don't particularly like being in big groups of people. I don't particularly like meeting people that I don't know. But on the other end of the scale, I always want to be my best and give my best and almost put on a show. And I think that's what confidence in a way is all about. It's putting on a little bit of a show until you really start to believe it within. So every time you wake up, I want you to do this looking in a mirror. You may feel a little bit silly. And that introverted side of you may be thinking, oh God, why am I doing this? This is embarrassing, this is stupid. Be telling you all those negative things. I want you to bring out that extroverted side of you, which is there because everybody has a bit of both. And I want you to say, yes, I am all of these things, because you are. And as I say, it doesn't matter where you're going that day. It doesn't matter whether you're laying on the sofa all day. You're still worth it as a human. You still have a place. You still have a right. And you still have something to offer. And just because maybe you're not doing something right now, or this year hasn't worked out how you hoped, whether that be financially, career-wise, romance-wise, friendship-wise, whatever-wise, it doesn't mean that things can't change, and change for the better. And you will feel better. You will. Because you've got all those great qualities to bring and push you forward. You can feel more confident, and you will feel more confident. And with this newfound confidence, you're going to feel more relaxed, more at ease, able to shrug off any negativity, anything you see online, anything that sort of just bothers you and starts to get up in there. All of that will just brush off. I thought that would look a little bit cooler, but you know. So don't worry so much, because you don't need to worry. Life has a funny way of working things out, and I always like to think that there's a plan. There's a plan in place. There are going to be little stumbling blocks along the way that, you know, may not expect. But with every stumbling block comes a moment where you can choose to just go into yourself, or you can choose to use it to build character and to learn. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to learn to love yourself. You're going to learn to use that gratitude and all those skills that you know you have to remind yourself every single day that you are worth it. You are a strong, confident man. You've got this. You've got this. You don't need to worry. Don't need to worry. Sometimes when you lack confidence, you start to spiral a little bit. You start to sort of think of other things in your life that you're not happy with and make you feel anxious. But at the end of the day, everybody gets these moments. And if you meet somebody and they say, "Oh, I've never felt like that," just ignore those people. Because most humans have had a time in their life where they lack self-confidence. They just feel a little bit meh. And I think more so than ever this year has got us feeling like that. But you are a confident man. You know you are. You've just got to rediscover that confidence. Bring it out of yourself. Realise that you have so much to offer. And in these times where perhaps we feel a little bit helpless, we have to help ourselves, because that's the only thing we can actually do. We can't change what's going on. Can't change our plans that have been cancelled and things that we can't do. But we can change how we feel about ourselves. And be grateful in a way that we've been given this time to just repair. And these are horrible times that we're living through. But in the grand scheme of history, we have lived through far, far worse wars, all sorts of things. And yes, this year has been a tragedy in many ways, but don't let it make you spiral into this thing of life is pointless, can't control anything. Don't let that control how you feel, because life can change like that so quickly. And when you look back on your years as an old man, very grand old man, I'm sure, silver fox perhaps, when you look back, do you really want to focus on all the times where you sort of went into yourself and just felt down on yourself? Or do you want to look back and think about the times that you were able to overcome things? Because that is where true character is made. Those people that we ignore, you say they've never been through anything. They've never had the opportunity to grow and to learn something about themselves and to adapt and to realise where their strengths and weaknesses are, because they've gone through life just thinking everything is a strength. They've had nothing knock them down. And it's only through knockdowns that people learn empathy and kindness and humour. You are a confident, strong man. You're gonna get through this. And I know you're laying there, or you're sitting there, and you're feeling a little bit down on yourself. But that's okay. Because you can change for the better. And you will. You're going to take this time and you're going to use it in a positive way. You're going to practice gratitude every single day, remembering all the things that you have within you and out here that you are grateful of. And I know that when you're down on yourself, it's so hard to think about, especially physical things outside. You can pick out little things, can't you, that you really dislike, but when you're asked to pick out things that you really like, it's tough. And it can feel a little bit self-indulgent. But sometimes you need to be self-indulgent. There's a moment, a time and a place, but practicing this sort of self-love and self-awareness is so important, because it makes you realise that you have got something special. You are beautifully unique, and you have something wonderful to offer. And don't you ever let anybody tell you differently, because you are an amazing man, and you will achieve everything you want to achieve. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down 3 goals. Now these could be little things. These could be perhaps an exercise goal. Maybe you want to try a new hobby, learn to cook, try out, I don't know. My mind went to tennis, I don't know why. Maybe you want to plan travel for the future. Maybe there's a career goal you have in mind. Or maybe it's something very simple, that you just want to learn to get out of bed every single day and just be able to get on with things, not dwell on things in your head. And you may think, they're not goals, but they are. Because they're things that you can focus on. And they're things that you can prepare for, and that gives you a purpose. And by having a purpose, something to focus on, and a goal to reach, you build that confidence. Because suddenly you're needed, you have something in mind that you want to achieve. And that's what this is all about. Realising that you have something great to offer. No one else can. You can achieve anything you want, big or small. And don't sort of box yourself in and think, well, globally speaking right now, I can't do this and I can't do this. Doesn't matter. We could be talking 5 years down the line. You know, it's just things that you can work towards. So whether you do that now or you take some time to think about that, just write down 3 things. And that, combined with your gratitude practicing every single day, is going to make you feel so much better. And that's what, this channel and what I do is all about. Because I just want you guys to feel better and to feel loved and know that this is a safe space. So, I hope that you're feeling much more confident than when you first clicked on this. I hope you're feeling more grateful for everything you have. And I hope that you've realised that you are a confident man and you have got this. So I hope you enjoyed. I am forever here to practice this gratitude with you and to make you feel loved and special because you are. So good night, sleep tight, and I hope to see you again.